To the topic of abortion. As you know, the Kansans voted to keep abortion legal with the 2022 vote. A woman can get an abortion up to 22 weeks with an exception for life and the health of a mother. The number of abortions performed in the state has gone from 7,800 in 2021 to more than 19,000 last year. 75% of them from out of state, making this a regional hub. Now, I know you're all pro-life, and I know you're all concerned about the election of judges, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. So I want you to confine your answer to this. Given the current status of the court, strict scrutiny, what specific policies would you pursue to limit the number of abortions in this state that would stand up to the Kansas Supreme Court? Mr. Sarnecki, you're up first, 60 seconds.
Well, Heidi and I have been, huge supporters of the pro-life movement for a long, long time, both financially and in our time as well. And I just think it's something that needs to be approached with care and compassion. But the Supreme Court is a massive issue. And I encourage everybody that this is how we used to elect judges, Supreme Court justices in the state of Kansas. And that constitutional amendment that's on the ballot this fall, we need to go and we need to vote for that constitutional amendment so that we will then know the people that are on the Supreme Court. We have, with our current system, not to get into it, because you said we'd get into it in a minute, we have 6 liberals, we have 1 conservative, and that system needs to be changed because nobody typically even knows who those judges are or who they're voting for. And so that is where the whole thing starts with this issue, and we have to fix that in the fall.
Again, I asked, what policies would you propose right now, though, that would pass muster with that court, which is going to be in place for a while? 15 seconds if you have some thoughts.
Well, I don't think anything's going to pass muster with this court. That's my whole point. We've got 6 liberals and 1 conservative. And until we change that, nothing's going to pass muster. But what I will say is anything that will reduce the number of abortions, we are estimated by 2030 that we will have more abortions than live births in the state of Kansas.
Thank you, sir.
So
Mr.
anything
Schwab,
we can reduce that, I will sign as governor.
Appreciate that. Mr. Schwab, what policies would you try to pass or support in the legislature, sign when it came across your desk, that would pass muster with the court? 60 seconds.
Yeah, well, on the front side, you can do a lot for our crisis pregnancy centers. For some reason, this governor is militant against that, and I don't understand the lack of compassion for mothers that do want to keep their children and giving them access to health care so they can have a child. And 2, you keep on going after the court because they're just going to be what the court is, but you keep on putting it on their desk and making them make their decisions. I would reinforce our reintroduce the 3rd trimester abortion ban. I'd also make sure we introduce a partial birth abortion ban and make sure that we're constantly going at the court. Even though they're not going to like us, we're equal co-branches of government, and we keep answering these things. That way we can reduce the number of abortions in a state. I've lost a child. Every time there's an abortion, a child dies. And that hurts the person who's the parent. I don't care what you say. It does. It hurts. And we have to continue to let the court know that the people of Kansas, that vote in 22 was not about yes or no on abortion. It was whether or not they liked that language.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Masterson, what policies would you support and want to sign if they come across your desk? 60 seconds.
Yeah, we will continue to be shrewd in the environment we're in. We've passed a host of life-affirming laws. My record on life is a mile long. It's why I'm the solely endorsed candidate by KFL. And why they will be out working on our behalf. And we will continue. The things that we can do, whittling around the edges to save as many lives as we can, are around parental consent, informed consent, counseling, funding pregnancy crisis centers, getting more information to the women that are hurting so they'll make a different decision.
Ms. O'Harris, what policies would you want to sign as governor that would stand up to the court in reducing the number of abortions in the state? 60 seconds.
Well, I agree with Mr. Sarnecki that actually we are very limited because of the makeup of the court. But crisis pregnancy centers, that is a light in Kansas. But in 2024, that number of abortions was 19,811 lives lost. It is absolutely unconscionable that this has happened in our state. And as we look back in our history, the Hody decision in 2019, our court found in our Constitution that was written in 1859 and brought in with us as a state in 1861, found the right of abortion in Section 1 of our Bill of Rights under life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. How twisted is that? But yes, we need to focus on crisis pregnancy centers, make sure that we're giving mothers and fathers the information that there is help.
Thank you. Let's move on to affordability. That's the buzzword of these midterms